Danielle Chang, and I'm in New York right now. I'm actually in Soho, but right at the corner of Chinatown. Today, we're gonna be making a very traditional Chinese dumpling. It's gonna contain ground pork, Chinese chives, scallion, lots of napa cabbage. Today, we're really gonna just focus on how to have fun making dumplings. So let's get started. First thing to do really is just to pour some ground pork. This is a traditional recipe that you can always ad lib and add on. To the ground pork, you want to add actually the main ingredient, which is cabbage. I just chopped it roughly, poured a little bit of salt over it, and took out all of the liquid, which you definitely want to do so that it can be dry and mix well with the pork. Grated ginger. I'm a huge ginger fan. I'm just gonna add a little bit more ginger to this. And then a healthy sprinkling of chopped minced scallions. With that, I'm adding as well some garlic. I mean, this is really the trinity of Chinese cooking, you know, garlic, ginger, and scallions. As you can see here, I've got a really robust mixture. I'm using my hands because everything tastes better, I think, when it's like made from the hand. So I've made the basis of the dumpling recipe. To it, you can always add aromatics. I love adding garlic chives. Garlic chives really just give off this aromatic flavor. It smells like spring. It's so pungent. With the scallions, I think it adds the classic taste that many people are used to when they think of a traditional Chinese dumpling. This is really all up to your taste. A lot of people like to add shiitake mushrooms. That's also one of my favorites. It just gives it a really bold umami flavor to it. Give it a whirl. You're really done with the filling. Now that you've got your dumpling mixture, the fun part is really folding it. It's like a little work of art. You want to take just a little bit, maybe a tablespoon of the filling, and then wet the edges of your dumpling wrapper. Make sure that you add enough water, but not too much water so that the whole dumpling wrapper gets soggy. So the very absolute simplest way to wrap a dumpling is just simply to fold the edges together. And if you want to go one step more, you could even turn it into a bit of a ribbon or rose. If you want to move one step above that, a classic roll is a golden ingot. This wrap is also fairly simple, but includes making 2 perforations on either side of the dumpling. Simply fold it like a fan towards you, and then voila. I'm going to teach you another simple triangle fold. Pinch the top of the wrapper together and then create tri-sections from that little pearl, and there you go. This time, tuck both sides in, and you've actually got a really beautiful lotus flower, but you want to make sure that you seal the sides firmly so that none of that delicious stuffing falls out. For my last dumpling wrap, I am going to try a pleated dumpling. This is kind of what my family and I grew up making. This motion that you go through of pleating on both sides, equal number of pleats. I like 8. And then at the end, you have a beautiful crescent-shaped moon dumpling. The Chinese have so much fun with Chinese New Year. There's all sorts of symbolism. And for dumplings, because they do resemble the shape of folded ingots, they're meant to bring wealth and prosperity to the new year. When you're making boiled dumplings, just find a simple way to close the dumpling. It doesn't have to be fancy or anything. However, when you're steaming or grilling the dumplings, or rather pan frying the dumplings, then you can really test some of your more intricate folds. So why don't we try some of these cooking techniques? The great thing about dumplings is that you can wrap a gazillion of them and they freeze really, really well. With gyoza, or basically fried dumplings, you want to heat up a wok. Swirl a little bit of oil around there. Simply lay the dumplings on their tummies. Let the dumplings crisp up a little bit, and then pour in a couple tablespoons of water. I'd say enough so that it rises up to about a quarter of the height of the dumplings. Cover the pot and then let it simmer and fry up. It'll take about 4 to 5 minutes, but you'll see that it really crisps the bottoms and at the same time steams the entire filling. I love steaming dumplings and dim sum in particular. What I do with dumplings generally is I'll line the steamer with some Napa cabbage. And then the dumplings. I like to put about 12 or so, and they go in and steam for about 5-6 minutes. You can tell they're ready when they're translucent, and definitely don't be afraid to take a taste. Meanwhile, let's check in on our gyoza, the dumplings, which you want to leave undisturbed while the water is steaming and cooking all the goodness. While we wait for everything to cook, we can definitely assemble our sauce. I like to put equal portions soy sauce, sesame oil, rice vinegar, some white or black pepper, and a sprinkling of white sesame seeds. When the bottom of the dumpling starts to brown, flip it onto a plate and you're ready to serve. So you'll see the bottoms of these have this beautiful, lustrous, caramelly brown glaze. Whew. It's actually quite perfect. I really love this method of cooking it because you have the delicacy of the dumpling wrapper, the doughiness of it, but you also have the crunchiness of the crust. Check out our steamed ones. They look beautiful. They'll be ready when the skins are translucent and you can start to see the meat. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna boil my dumplings in the steamer water. Why not? For boiled dumplings, you really want to use the ones that have the safest pleats. It will work, but you just want to make sure that none of the dumplings that, for instance, have any cracks in them like this go into the boiled water. You want to make sure also the water isn't on a very high boil, and then let it continue to cook for about 4 to 5 minutes. Do my mom's trick of adding 2 bowls of water to it, and you're gonna have perfectly succulent water-boiled sui jiao. Wow, they look really perfect. I actually double boiled these, so I have the boiled dumplings underneath the steamer wrap. Let's try one of these. I actually love the fact that there's little bits of bok choy that are stuck to my dumpling. The filling looks very homemade. I just think it's a perfect harmony of all the flavors. For me, it really brings home the flavor of home. For Chinese New Year and for celebrating at home, sometimes traditional is best. The water boiled ones are ready as well. For this, I used to just use a big spider web. You can see how plump they are when they're boiled like this. This is really the traditional way of eating it. The dumplings wrappers become really soft, almost like soft rice noodles. Just tastes like comfort food to me. I could eat a dozen of these at one sitting. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm about to finish all of these dumplings now. So I'll see you next time and have a happy Chinese New Year.